What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have Colby back with me again to go over some gameplay of how to play that Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatika list that we covered here on the channel. That being said, let's just jump right into it.
All right. So here we can look at our starting hand at first. We have Wendy, Beast, Shaddoll Fusion, L Shaddoll Fusion, and Resh. The Resh is a little bit unfortunate because it's a brick, but we have 2 dolls and 2 fusion spells, which is kind of nice. So if they're playing like some other combo deck and they have like 1 Omni Negate, we can extend past this. Or if they Ash this, we have this. Most decks don't have any Omni Negate besides Drytron, so because most decks are monster negates. So like this L Shell Fusion is probably resolving, and we can get the App Clone now, which is really nice. So our opponent's going first, and we're gonna take a look. We're just gonna see Prosperity, Banishing 3. We see Alistair, and Ariel. So now we know we're playing against Invoke Shaddoll, and probably some Dogmatika Invoked. So we're facing a mirror match at this point. Yep, he's gonna do his normal summon Alistair line, standard. He's playing the Almirage line. It looks like he's playing less Shaddolls. It's because he didn't go to Artemis. He's doing this line, so now he has Perfect Trio also live later down the line. Standard plays something Makaba. Something like EMZ, which is kind of interesting. Because usually you want something like a Shaddoll here, or leave this open for a Shaddoll so you can link it off, but
yeah, so you can float it back.
It's kind of fine. And he drew the Ecclesias, so now he's gonna go off with the Dogmatikas.
And this,
so he adds punishment.
What he's doing is kind of the essence of this deck. You have like your 2 like 1-card plays. You summon your Alistair, summon your Makaba.
Yep. So the one thing about the secure card Almirage line is you set up the extract a lot easier with the extract monster in the graveyard a lot easier for Maximus. So here he's sending Titanclad and Applin, so for sure he's going for Schism plus Fleur de Lis in hand. So since it's the mirror match, your extract is a lot cared more towards for the Maximus. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. I can send Titanclad, but then I can send Titanclad, Intis, my own App Clone, that kind of thing. But I already have Shaddoll Fusion, so I don't need to send App Clone. So what I do is I send Intis Titanclad to force the negate from the Makaba. So we force an Alistair out of hand, which is kind of nice, because like maybe then he doesn't follow up for next turn.
Yeah, you chain block the App Clone too.
Yep. So he adds a Schism for sure. He dumps Shaddoll Fusion, which is kind of a little bit weird. So he sets 2. We know this is Schism punishment probably. He specials Fleur de Lis, which is a little bit interesting. But now we go special our own Ecclesia, and we're gonna add our own Fleur de Lis. So this will answer the Makaba. And we drew Pancratops, which is actually like kind of insane. So this actually answers the Schism, funny enough. He chains Maxi, so now it's a little bit interesting. So Maxi's a little bit of a problem because now we have to break this board because this board will kill us because Fleur de Lis can like boost all this, which is a little bit of a problem. It's also kind of just hard to out because like they have such high defense. So now we have to clear board through Maxi. That means we're gonna give them a lot of cards. So we're gonna have to figure out like our plan now. I'm an idiot. Knowing I'm gonna L Shell Fusion, I didn't chain the Maxi, so I'm actually giving him an extra draw here. So that's a slight misplay. He goes Schism. We're gonna chain Pancratops to answer the Schism.
Because you have to, yeah.
Because we have to. He's gonna summon Winda, and then we're forced out. Fortunately, he doesn't have a card in hand to negate with Makaba. So we summon our App Clone. We're gonna do Chinook 1 App Clone to force the Makaba out since it permanently negates. Chinook 2 Wendy and Chinook 3 Beast because the draw one's least important here. He actually top decks Golden Lord, which is kind of insane because now he has Golden Lord set up in graveyard. So we set up our Wendy, a special an Ariel because I was thinking I would like fusion with this. Kind of a little bit misplaced. So I said I should all fusion because he has an extract monster setting Dragon and Golden Lord to get the construct. The Dragon's to force out the punishment here now, which he does.
Did he search that on the last turn?
Yeah, he searched over the Ecclesia.
Oh man, he just had the Maximus in hand already. Wow.
Yeah. So we're popping the Dragon, and then I set Hedgehog, and then construct gets triggered. I add back L. So the L's insane because now we have a Shaddoll, we have a fusion play on their turn now. So that's gonna add back to Schism. And we're getting back our L. And Wendy. So here's the problem. Now I don't have a... sorry, I'll get back to it later. So we send the Rush because the Rush is a brick. We're gonna summon our Golden Lord. We're gonna help start breaking apart this board because the Golden Lord's big. So our problem now is we don't have a Schism set up yet, and I really want to get to Schism. So what I do is I actually flirtily negate my App Clone because this card can't be destroyed by battle. So what I do is I actually crash with the Macabas to get access to my Schism. Well, at the same time, this also cuts off so I don't have an extra deck monster for his Shaddoll Fusion, knowing that it's a mirror match. Because this deck kind of like struggles to extend past like with the broken cards past Shaddoll Fusion, but like if they catch Shaddoll Fusion, then like we're kind of set.
Yeah, denying the Shaddoll Fusion there is really good.
Yes.
But Maxi drew him into a totally new hand, so we'll see how this
Yeah.
ends up panning out.
But like most of these cards should be like just kind of somewhat dead because like it should be like Shaddoll Fusions that you can't use.
Mm-hmm.
On a side note, I completely forgot he's locked under punishment. So.
Oh right.
Yeah. So I actually had no need to do that turn.
Eh,
But like I was in the moment.
Yeah,
So I completely forgot about that. But yeah, so he's basically struggling to break this board. I'm gonna go Aerial. Actually set the Golden Lord because it's gonna go back to 25 anyway.
mm-hmm.
So especially the Aerial was actually key last turn because now I could L away this Aerial. I'm banishing his Invocation and both Shaddolls, so now his Schism's dead.
Ooh, that's very important.
That he added back the Schism last turn off the Construct, so we know he has a Schism set for sure. I topped the Monster Born, which is actually insane.
Huge game.
So we're gonna. Yeah, he changed Maxi, so I'm just pointless. I'm just gonna not play. I'm not gonna give him another hand.
Yeah. Yeah, Maxi training into Maxi.
We set up, which is enough.
Yeah, once you have your Schism set, you're kind of just... You can chill. You know, you can just make all your big plays on your opponent's turn
Maybe back
instead.
Construct. I'm just gonna negate the Schism, like, just so, like, it's gone from now on. So we don't have to deal with it. So he... Droplet sends 2. This still beats over Alistair, which is kind of fine. So yeah, we have a Construct and App Clone. So here's a huge play. So this App Clone was summoned from the graveyard, right? And this Construct was summoned off El Shaddoll Fusion, or no, yeah, El Shaddoll Fusion on their last turn. So they're activating Shaddoll Fusion because now I have an Extract Monster live, and they can send the Shaddolls from grave or from deck to grave. So here's the key thing about Red Shaddoll Fusion. So it has a Book of Moon effect. So what flipping monster face down, it loses a lot of attributes. And one of those attributes is it being remembered that it was summoned from the extra deck. So now the Shaddoll Fusion doesn't resolve because it doesn't recognize that I have a monster summoned from the extra deck anymore.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's actually a really cool interaction.
Really good interaction.
Especially in the Shaddoll mirror match, where like resolving that Shaddoll Fusion is so key to breaking your opponent's board. Yeah.
So now he goes Invocation, banishing my Golden Lord. I talked about this earlier in the deck profile, how like you can banish Golden Lord in the Eldritch matchup. It just so happens that we're both playing Invoke Shaddoll Dogmatika with one Golden Lord. It's that good of a card. So he forgets that this card can't be destroyed by battle, despite the fact he's playing the same deck.
Hey man, sometimes I feel like App Cologne's effect to not be destroyed by battle is often overlooked.
Yeah, and he wastes his Alistair, so now he has no follow-up for next turn. So at this point, I'm just gonna like start crashing with this thing. He actually says Golden Lords because monsters change. He didn't do it in damage step, so I actually got to redeclare, and I just canceled the attack. But at this point, like I've established my board. Like he can't get over any of my monsters. I have Judgment Schism set. Like we are set up. So I actually just crashed this to like avoid anything. Like he could like negate this Alistair now.
Is there a reason to not have Schismed earlier on? Are you running low on Shaddoll monsters in the extra deck?
I believe so. I am. Hold on. Let's take a look.
You can check extra deck as well.
Yeah, I only have 2 windows.
Oh, only have
left.
Windows. Okay. So you could. I was thinking maybe you out the Mechaba.
So now I actually banished his Golden Lord.
To summon your own Mechaba.
Yes, and I actually banished his Alistair. Funny enough.
Oh, you can use your opponent's Alistair.
Yes.
Wait, but that turns off your own loop.
No, because you can Schism banish your
Oh,
Alistair
to
from
make the
graveyard.
window, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
to make a window, and then that turns back on your invocation.
All right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
any final takeaways from the mirror match on how you'd approach it?
Yeah, so the interesting part was that while that was a mirror match, my deck had a lot more Shaddoll monsters, and
Mhm.
I didn't draw Alistair until the end.
That's true.
So the Shaddoll engine itself is very solid in just breaking boards because Shaddoll Fusion is such a broken card. Which is like really nice, because you're not relying, because that means you're not relying on that one card engine of Alistair
Hmm.
to like actually get your foot off the ground. Like you can just push with Dogmatika and Shaddoll, not needing the invoked, which is really nice.
Yeah. The Shaddoll cards float really hard too. Like if you need to extend
Yeah.
out a game longer, you can really just kind of put up resources for a long time. You know, Wendy floats into Ariel. Ariel on flip will special summon like a banished card. If you summon back a construct, you get the dump plus the add back if the construct dies.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole lot of stuff going on there that like really allows you to extend your game further.
To be fair, it was really nice that he resolved Maximus for me,
Yeah.
but like that's kind of how the mirror match goes. Like you're you're not expecting it when you resolve Maximus, and you kind of get punished.
Yeah. That's why I think one of the main reasons why Maximus fell off for a long time in a lot of these decks
Yeah.
was for that reason. It's because everyone was prepared for Dogmatica. So
Uh-huh.
people were sending Cyber Dragon Novas and an Intes, and you were getting Macabas and a pop out of it for free off your
Yeah.
opponent's Maximus.
All right. So we have another replay. This was a lot more smaller, but this is actually just gonna show off the Resh Shaddoll incarnation interaction again versus a different deck. So we have our Macabre play, but we actually have we drew a lot of dolls. We can actually make a app clone because Invocation can summon any fusion monster.
But it would
But
have to use
if
the
you're summoning a
materials from hand.
non-invoked, it has to be all from hand.
Mhm.
But no, here, and we do chain like 3 app clone here just to like chain block, just in case like for some reason he has a like Skullmeister, something like that.
He turned his toggle off on the first Ash.
Skullmeister, yeah, something like that. I don't know, anything like that.
Mhm.
But we don't care if this gets popped because actually we're just gonna link this off anyway. So we're gonna add our Schism. We dump the Schism because we actually have the Maximus line here.
I see.
We're gonna summon Maximus. We're gonna dump a Winda and Titan class. So this is gonna add back our Schism from graveyard. Oh, sorry, we set construct. So we add back our Schism and we get Maximus, or sorry, Fleur de Lis to hand. So pretty solid. We have Schism plus Fleur de Lis. And our opponent kind of dumped some weird stuff. Omega got Gravity Controller. So now we see our opponent's playing Infernoid. So here, our opponent activates Void Imagination. The important part is it actually has a Shaddoll Fusion-esque effect. You send to Fusion Summon in Infernoid, and if we have an extra deck monster, it can send 6 from deck. Kind of insane. So here, before like he even gets to activate the effect, I'm going to Schism and Fusion Summon. I'm getting rid of my Gravity Control on purpose to get to Winda. And he's going to activate the effect. I'm going to Book a Movement Window once again. So now he forgets that it'll summon from extra deck, and Void Imagination is not going to resolve.
So when you're playing this deck, it looks like you really, really value the Schism over everything, because you had the opportunity to go for Macabre on that first turn as well.
Yeah, because Winda is that impressive a card. So here we're kind of just like playing through the board, doing whatever. He summons Void Feast, or activates Void Feast, so he summons surprisingly not double Decatron plus the level 6. I just like misplay here because I forget this card banishes what negates and not just destroys it.
Yeah. The
So
effect of Anunku, yeah, that it was sent off Decatron.
It's been a while since I played against Infernoid.
Honestly, against the Infernoids, it's probably better just to go into battle phase and walk over their Decatrons first.
It is.
But
I'll try and get into a Purgatrio to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're fires.
Yeah,
but
that's
here
true.
we just we actually make a second window to banish our Alistair to get back to the Invocation. but at this point the writing's on the wall.
Was that your first normal summon? I guess it was.
Yeah.
Or not normal summon, special
So
summon.
we dumped to pop. It was actually a
Droplets.
droplet, funny enough. And then we
Oh my goodness.
we drew Ash Maxi kind of insane. At this point we just maxi to start, like
Yeah, because the Infernoids are summons that don't start a chain. They're not oh.
yeah. He actually lightning started here, and I'm pretty sure I get like a huge chain link here. Oh, never mind. No, because I decided to actually not activate the Ignis because I don't, the Pegasus because I don't need to.
No reason to.
He flips Snow, funny enough. I keep forgetting to do damage step. Okay, let's be. Remember to do damage step, Alistair. Okay, don't do what I do.
Not battle step. Not battle step. Damage step.
But like the writing's on the wall at this point, he just scoops. Cause yeah, his plan was to beat over Winda and then banish the second one. But no, yeah, Winda's just an impressive card. There was like, that wasn't a very interesting match, but like the interaction just comes up again, which is really cool.
I think it's good. It shows off like the basics of what you should be doing and prioritizing in the turn 1 play. Like if you have access to the Maximus Search Schism line, it's better to set that up as opposed to just making the single Makaba negate. You have like, especially with the Shaddolls, like as you guys saw, you had multiple Shaddolls in hand, so you're able to go through that alternate play line to more consistently get to your Schism. Makaba pass is sometimes good enough, but rarely is. Very rarely is.
Yeah. I think really that was just trying to show off the power of a Book of Moon.
It was a pretty funny replay, man. Like
Reshadol Incarnation, yes, it is a very nice combo piece to go Wendy set whatever you want. But my God, I too forgot this card had the Book of Moon effect until like it gave me the prompt.
Dude, honestly, Reshadol Incarnation is built like a house, man. There's like sometimes where in more pure variants, I'm like, I want to play 2 of this, one for combo and one to just cycle back every turn, because its trap effect is really good as well. It allows you to float float back a Shaddoll monster back to your field, and then you can like recycle it back to your hand with your other Shaddoll monsters. So like you can just do it every single turn. If you're like in a grind game where you're trying to like draw for some out to some issue that you're having. But yeah, any final thoughts on sequencing or how you should approach games?
No, I think it's pretty streamlined. It's kind of like you don't really have alternate. We don't have that many alternate combo lines or like paths to take. So at that point, you kind of just deal with what you have.
Okay.
Because there's really no other alternate line than go in normal summon Alistair. If you draw Shaddoll Fusion, your opponent has an extract monster. Yeah, they have it. Now it's more of a question of, do you want to normal summon Alistair first or activate Shaddoll Fusion first to force out to bait out the Ash Blossom. Like, yeah, you have those like small like choices, but there's not really like alternate combo lines. It's just sequencing, like what you want, like choosing which one you want to do first.
Yeah, you have several like plus cards in your hand. What order do you do them depending on what your opponent has?
You have to choose which ones are most important in this situation based on their opponent's board. If you think you can't break your opponent's board, you just kind of have to hope that you kind of just have to keep the Shaddoll Fusion last and just hope that they use up all their negates, or they let you play enough to where you can like deal the board and then Shaddoll Fusion. Other than that, like, there's not much.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just a very like simple, powerful deck that rewards good sequencing then.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you for your additional insight on this deck. Appreciate some of these gameplay examples you had saved for us. That being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.